Live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. Micah Parsons meeting with the media yesterday up in Green Bay following the Packers' OTA practice in Titletown. Parsons providing updates on the timeline for his potential return from his torn ACL injury that he suffered the first week of December against the Denver Broncos, saying the Packers have him on a strict 9-month return timeline, so he doesn't expect to be back until the middle of October. We'll hear plenty from Micah Parsons throughout Wilde and Tausch coming up next here on 100.5 ESPN and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Meanwhile, baseball, the Brewers fall 1-0 to the San Francisco Giants last night at American Family Field. The second time in 8 days the Brewers were being no-hit late into a game. First hit came in the 8th inning last night. Brewers and Giants back at it to wrap up their 4-game set for the week to this afternoon. 1:10 first pitch. Pre-game coverage at 12:35 here on Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
How many?
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do here?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Thursday edition. The Micah Parsons project is on a 9-month no football timeline / rule. And he had surgery on December 29th. So you do the math edition. The delayed by 1 day, but always worth the wait, Steve the Homer True scheduled to appear. That allowed us to spend a little more time with Brian Balaga yesterday without worrying about getting to Uncle Homer edition. And the enjoy it while it lasts, one more day of the three of us not being in the same place all at the same time, because we are back tomorrow all together at the AmFam Championship. And I think we can all agree our show's much better when we're in different places. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing ESPN Wisconsin app, which is free, which is fully customizable, and which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his genuinely undisclosed location, I don't remember the last time you were there when I was on with you.
It's been a minute.
The skies may be blue wherever he may be, but we will not have a good view of them from his undisclosed location. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. Am I hearing things, or did I
Gel?
hear someone talk?
Yeah, I think Gel did
big
something
voice guy sneaking in.
A lot of issues back here. My bad.
Did you get a haircut, Jesse?
No.
Okay. You just washed it?
All right.
Okay. Fair enough. Tausch, how you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm curious what I'm supposed to make of the 9-month no football rule that Micah Parsons shared with us yesterday. And for those that didn't hear it, he talked for about 20 minutes. I incurred the wrath of a colleague by thinking he was done with an answer and interrupting. So I apologize to that. But he talked about a lot of stuff.
Well, who yelled at you?
No, but I got some displeased
Side-eye?
looks. Yeah. Which
What
I hate
did you
it when
do?
that happens. Well, I thought he had finished his answer, and I'm on the other side, and I don't we might as well just move him and Love into the media auditorium if this is how we're going to do it, because they don't do it at their locker. They do it out in the hallway, and it's quite the scrum. Takes up a lot. It's got to be violating a fire code, because I don't think you could get through that hallway if the fire alarm went off. And so, my fault. Interrupted. Thought he was done. He paused. Other people do that all the time. But nevertheless, I apologize for interrupting him. But I did think his answer was interesting once I did ask my question. We'll get to that later. But let's hear exactly what he said about this strict 9-month rule that the Packers and their medical staff have given him as he comes back from a torn anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee, and also meniscus damage that he said he had cleaned up as part of the procedure.
I think the goal has always just been, not right now, but longevity with my career here, and I think they want that approach. And we have a pretty strong 9-month rule, so it's just all about, just through the research and the data, there's no good outcomes with players coming back early from ACL, especially if you add in all the other things that get fixed up. So it's just all about completing the rehab the best of our ability and then seeing where we're at from there.
Tausch, when you hear that, there are no good outcomes from coming back early from an ACL. Unfortunately, you have double the experience that Micah has at this point, having done it twice. Is that true? And what do you think of the strict 9-month rule that he refers to there?
Yeah, I don't know if that's that rule must have changed. It must be different than back in the old days. And obviously technology and everything else has gotten better. Micah's right in the fact that I think the more time that you give, the more confident you'll be. And there are studies that have shown that I think that bounce back from it is better if you give it 9 months. But there have been a lot of guys that have done it earlier. And I think it's smart for Micah and the team to get out in front of this and say that. And then if he does end up playing a little bit earlier, I think everybody will be pleasantly surprised. Because one of the things I think that's really tough on players is when you're rehabbing and you're getting there and you're having to answer questions about when you're back and how you're going to get back. It's better to kind of sneak attack it. So I don't know if it's going to be exactly 9 months. Is it exact science to say, well, it's 9 months exactly? It's everybody's going to have a different rehab. Everybody is going to come back. Adrian Peterson came back in 6 months.
That's
RG3
exactly
came back too soon, and his career never bounced back. Was it worth it? No. And in Micah Parsons' case, he's obviously a young player, and I thought some of the comments he made yesterday were really poignant and I think very smart, but there is a pressure that guys feel. Let's say Adam Shine is right, and the Green Bay Packers start off 0-2. You think Micah Parsons is going to sit there and say, oh, well, I got to wait 9 months, and we could be 0-6. And there's a process that you want to work through. Setting dates and setting benchmarks, I think, are huge when you're rehabbing. I know for me that was really important. But I just don't think you can just, you could say whatever you want. But 9 months or 9 months and 1 week, there has to be some fluidity with how you're feeling, how you're ramped up, and when you're ready to go. But I think setting that date and taking away kind of the narrative that he would be back in week 2 or week 3, maybe he will. But I think to add that pressure, I think RG3 had there was like a Adidas campaign out in the newspapers that he'd be back for the opening week, and that maybe forced him to push, and he wasn't fully healthy. So I think what Micah's general point was yesterday was, I'm going to wait the full 9 months. I want to be fully healthy because I have a long career ahead of me, and I'm not real worried about the first month. I'm more worried about the last month, which is all true. But I also think that there's going to be some subjectivity to this. This isn't some rigid, he's got to play at 9 months. No, if you're not feeling it at 9 months and you're not there, you don't play. If you're feeling awesome at 8 months and you're moving and everything is there, could you start dabbling a little bit early? I think you could. So that's where I kind of fell on this whole conversation from yesterday.
So a couple things, and then there's a few other things that he said that I want to get to here in the first hour of the show. One, strict 9 months of no football, he subsequently says. That means...
So does that also fall in line for Tucker, Kraft? Does Tucker have 9 full months?
Tucker did not talk yesterday. He was busy running on a treadmill imitating Ivan Drago, which I know you appreciated.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd want to be Drago, though. 4. Like, I'd rather him be Rocky if he's doing that.
Well, sure, but I don't...
Drago got his blank kicked.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Drago was on top of the world for a while there. I mean,
he was, and fueled by science.
You tell me an American that is going to sit here and say they'd rather be Drago than Rocky?
So, okay. All right, let me back up.
I don't think there is one.
No, I agree. But he did not go to, like, the forests of South Dakota, his home state, and work
Could have
out.
Done an archaeological dig.
I've heard they have a very good one there. But he did not work out like.
Great places, South Dakota.
Been a minute.
He did not work out the way Rocky works out in that landmark film. He was running on a treadmill, very Ivan Drago style.
Sure.
Which forced me to go back and look at that scene and put it together.
Yeah, Jason, my point on that is, why not train like Rocky instead of Drago? That's my point. I love the clips, and I think Tucker does some real fun stuff on social media, but, like, come on, man. We're not in Moscow. Like, let's go. Go throw some rocks. Do some stuff in a barn where you're pulling, you're pulling those pulleys. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe he can solve the issues that we have with Russia if he would work out like Rocky. Anyway, he tore his ACL on November 2nd. I believe he did not have any further damage beyond the ACL, which would obviously complicate matters. Micah Parsons said he had to have his meniscus cleaned up, as we've discussed on this show before. There are two ways that people are doing meniscus tears now. One is trim it back and you're back sooner. The other is try to repair it, which is what doctors did with J.J. McCarthy, and he had issues with that. So if he had it repaired, that would add more time to his timeline. He said strict 9-month no football. And we said, does that mean no games or no practice? And he said no football. So whatever that looks like, if he's not practicing until he hits the 9-month mark, that means he is out for the first 3 games. That means he is starting on PUP. And I think the reason this was significant, Tausch, is that because of Adrian Peterson, because of Patrick Mahomes, because there are players that have pushed the envelope and come back earlier, I think there were people, and myself would be included, that I at least acknowledge this is a possibility. Holy cow, he's back for the opener, right? That's why I think yesterday was significant, because he took that out of play. He basically said, look, it's going to be the first 3 weeks where I'm not even allowed. No, I don't think you say what he said if you are still open to starting the year or being there for, say, game 3. Like, if you say, he didn't say a 9-month recovery. He said 9-month no football rule.
Right.
So that puts the first three games out of the picture.
Probably. Yeah, I just have been around long enough to know. And is that probably what's going to happen? Yeah. The fact that he said it, I totally agree, is completely significant. And it's very interesting that is the approach that he's taken. And I think it's smart because you are now limiting this conversation to when it's in August and you're doing Wilde and Tausch from the sidelines. And you're saying, boy, Micah looks pretty good over he's rehab.
Just like I was saying about Tucker that last week, right?
And I don't know, he's ramping up. That takes all that off the table, right? Because he's going to be on PUP. Didn't Goody say he'd be on PUP, but he might not because they would like. I understand you want to have a unified front and you want to have this messaging to be completely accurate. But things change in this league, man. And Micah Parsons is going to be chomping to play. You can best believe that. He's going to have guys, Nate and their team up there kind of pulling it back and saying 9 months is our plan. And if he can give you 12 or 13 games next year before the playoffs, you'll take that right now. If he's fully healthy and going. But there is... I don't care how great of an athlete, and Micah Parsons is a great athlete. There's still going to be some mental hurdles to overcome because he's going to do all the stuff, and he's going to be strong as a bull, and he's going to be moving great before they put pads back on. But there are going to be some, boy, I just made that inside move on McGlinchey. Am I going to be able to, do I trust that I can plant and go and be that explosive athlete? There's some things you got to work through before you can get back out there and play. And that's where I kind of thought Micah would have a little ramp up week 2, week 3, even if he's not playing, but he's practicing. When you say I'm not putting pads on or doing anything for 9 months, that really means 10 months because you probably need a month, at least a couple of weeks, to put pads on and ramp up. Because the one thing I don't think you want to do is say no football at all. I'm not going to do anything, and then I'm going to just jump in and play 20, 25 snaps next week? Like, that's not going to happen either. And then all of a sudden you're taking 3 weeks. Now you're looking at 6 weeks because you're probably 2 or 3 week of ramp up. And that's why that's why all I'm saying is I am not saying he's not, going to do whatever it is. There is a fluidity and things change in this league. Odds are he's going to be out for the 9 months, but I would bet he's going to be playing sooner than I think a lot of people think. I still believe that.
So the next clip we'll play in the next segment is him talking about what I think are the 2 games that we talked about when the schedule came out, and stunningly I turned out to be accurate in the way the NFL schedule makers and the TV networks wanted to set up the Packers schedule. The Bears game on October 11th at Lambeau, and the Sunday Night Football game against his former team, the Dallas Cowboys, on Sunday, October 18th. We'll hear from him on that. One other thing that I would add, though, is that if he follows the schedule that he talked about, Christian Watson suffered his ACL tear in early January, had surgery a couple weeks later, so it was mid-January. His 9-month rule would have taken him to mid-October. The first game he played in was October 25th, which was in Pittsburgh, and he was really good in that game, and so were Jordan Love and Tucker Kraft. So while this got a lot of headlines, again, I go back to my perspective on it, which was it just took those early games out of play where people were getting their hopes up, and he kind of, you can say that he didn't completely eliminate them, but he came awfully close to doing so. And so, to me, if that ends up being the case, and he is back for the Bears and the Cowboys, then he's on the same timeline as Christian Watson was. Christian Watson just answered a heck of a lot more questions to get there and didn't put that 9-month moratorium on it the way Micah Parsons did yesterday. So he could end up on the same timeline as Micah Parsons, but as Christian Watson. I will say this, and Chewy brought this up. He said, what if Jordan Love had said this? And and I don't know, I wouldn't use Jordan Love as the example, but I think what people want to hear, even when it's not true, is that, I'm pushing to play in the first game. I'm going to do everything in my power to be ready for the first game. Right? I think that's what a lot of people want to hear, even if it doesn't end up coming to fruition. And so I appreciated him. Like, it may not have been what people wanted to hear, but he told the truth, and he talked about Nate Weir becoming basically like his wife because he spent so much time with him and all this other stuff. So I thought he was very good yesterday in giving us insight into all of the process and the thought process. And now we'll see if he is ready for those two marquee games that the NFL held off on scheduling until they thought he'd be back. We'll hear from him on those games after we hear from Tausch about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you can negotiate and start haggling over when someone's going to be back playing, when they're going to be pupped. You don't want to be doing that when you're shopping for new windows and or doors. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, with no games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
We'll hear more from Micah Parsons next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
The Bucks are listening to trade offers on Giannis.
It's the smart basketball move that nobody wants to talk about.
He's given everything to this city. He's brought us a championship.
Is this the end of an era in Milwaukee?
He has consistently said he wants to be able to compete for championships. He did not say he wants to do it in Milwaukee.
Now's the hard part. Finding the right team that's going to give you the right assets back that you can reset, because you're never going to find another Giannis.
Follow along on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof, with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit EverlightRoofing.com to get started today. That's EverlightRoofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
Hey Madison IKEA fans, great news! IKEA is closer than ever now with 2 Madison pickup points at the University Bookstore on State Street and the Beltline. Order your favorite IKEA products online and pick them up as soon as the next day, absolutely free for IKEA family members. That's right, no shipping fees or waiting for deliveries, just the IKEA style you love, ready when you are. Start shopping smarter today at IKEA.us or on the IKEA app and choose the University Bookstore, State Street, or Beltline pickup points. Don't forget to sign up for IKEA Family. It's free to join and gives you access to great deals, rewards, and free Madison pickup.
Hi, it's Dave from Canopy Wealth Management. Many people are balancing retirement planning, college costs, and caring for aging parents, often all at once. With extensive experience, the Canopy team has helped others navigate these same challenges and can be a trusted thought partner as you prioritize what matters most. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's our promise. Get started today at canopy-wealth.com.
Paid for by Canopy Wealth Management. Canopy Wealth Management is registered as an investment advisor with the SEC.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Rays Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at rays.grbacademy.com. That's rays.grbacademy.com.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
So sometime over the next 6 or 7 weeks, we'll decide whether Giannis is going to sign a max contract and stay with us, or he's going to play somewhere else.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Talk a little more about what Micah Parsons had to say yesterday. Tausch and I have both been discussing the timeline as it relates to Packers-Bears at Lambeau, a 3:25 afternoon window start. And then the October 18th game, a week later, on Sunday Night Football against his former team, the Dallas Cowboys. That was brought up to Micah Parsons yesterday, and I would say that he did not necessarily deliver a guarantee that he would be back for those games either. Here he is.
Like I said, it's about, knowing when to go, and it's all about feeling great. Like, I don't think Goody or Nate or Matt, he wants me to go out there if I'm not at 100% and risk re-injury and lose me for the year, and it's just a waste of a year. Everything is about playoffs and winning football games deep in September. Yeah, those games are important, but maybe we don't see Dallas twice, but we see Chicago twice. And the games that we have in December are even more playoff games. And not to even just look at that far ahead, but we got a tough game, tough schedule this year. And I think for the betterment, everyone wants me at 100 and wants me in those games so we can make this championship run.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, Micah. They want you in those games against the Bears and the Cowboys too, though. And again, lowering expectations is not a bad thing. But most players, Tausch, don't say what he's... the last person that said, I want to be 100%, they ran him out of town. His name was Jair Alexander, and there were a lot of people that were not pleased with him. I am not comparing the two. I'm just saying that phrase is one that some people find to be a little bit off-putting. So when you hear him say that about Bears and Cowboys early in October or mid-October, you still feel the same way as you did before the break?
Okay. Yeah, I just think, obviously, there's a plan in place, and I don't know what that all means as far as the ramp-up and anything else. Does that mean 9 months, 1 day he's going to play? Yep, maybe. I think Micah, as he's sitting here right now, wants to be as smart as he can. And I think we all are hoping for that, and I think we're all looking at the investment that the Packers made in Micah, in both draft capital and in straight cash. This is something you want to make sure he is ready to roll at the end of the season and he can stay healthy and be a great player for 5 or 6 more years, not for 6 months. So all of that makes sense, but if you don't think Mike is going to want to play against the Dallas Cowboys at Lambeau, come on, of course he does. Now, whether or not they're going to stick to the strict, rigid 9-month rule, I don't know. I've seen this movie before, and was it Rashawn Gary came back a little bit earlier? And I know
did.
You could say, well,
that's exactly who I was going to bring up next.
Maybe he should have stayed later. And Tucker Kraft, I'm guessing, is going to be back in football pads before 9 months. So there's plans in place, right? Is he not going to be, if he starts camp like he said he was going to, that'll be less than 9 months, right?
August 2nd would be from the injury. I have to look up when Tucker said he had his surgery.
Well, but it's the surgery. It's not the injury, right?
Right. I know, but I don't have that at my fingertips. I was counting on my fingers, actually. It would be 9 months on August 2nd since the injury. So, yes, I think what you're saying is he would be on an earlier timeline. Now, in addition, Micah Parsons did mention Tucker Kraft specifically and say he had a clean tear just of his ACL, and then he added the part about his own meniscus tear. So,
sure.
And you know this better than anyone. Not even the two ACL tears that you had in your own body were the same.
They're very similar.
Okay.
Well, they're very similar.
You could have worked with me there.
All I'm saying, well, I like being honest. All I'm saying is that these things are subjective. Not every player is the same. There's protocols, and then there's the reality of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's playoff games, there's big games, and then there's just regular season games. And I think the thought process by the NFL, and you pointed it out as the schedule release was coming, was there's a good chance that he'll be back by then. Maybe it won't be. Patrick Mahomes back practicing already. He tore his ACL around the same time. So there's different, Micah's a freak, and he needs to be as athletic and as freaky as he can. Mahomes, maybe that's not the case. But just because you say, well, it's going to be 9 months, again, that's your baseline. That's where you set it, and there's a lot of subjectivity within that, regardless of how everything else shakes out. Do I, after listening to what Micah said yesterday, I did pause, and now I am going to at least, if you asked me before he talked yesterday, will he be back for that Bears and Cowboys games, I would have told you absolutely. Now I'm more skeptical. I still don't think that door is closed, but I'm definitely more skeptical that maybe he won't be here. Maybe he won't be playing until after Halloween in early November. And if that's what everybody thinks is the best thing for him to finish the season strong, great. That's what it is. But then, all of a sudden, you have to look. That makes me think, if that is indeed how this is going to play, I would think Green Bay is going to be more aggressive in that market and going out maybe after a sweat. I know Rappaport said it wasn't going to happen. Maybe that changes that math, because this is not – it can't just be let's just limp into the playoffs and hope we get hot. I still believe this team knows they need to be better in the regular season. They need to have a better record. They need to win the division. And we saw how this team played without Micah last year. Can't do it again. You either better have guys that can handle this better. It's a softer schedule, but you can't lose. You can't start the season 1-5 without Micah. You better have a plan in place. If this is how you're going to execute it, which by Micah's account it is, you better have a plan in place. And whether that's the young guys and Lucas Van Ness being ballers, or if it's going and getting somebody else, you can't start the season 1-5. You're going to be behind too big of an 8 ball, and you ain't going to get to where you need to go in the regular season to give yourself a chance in the postseason to have the best chance to be successful. And that means not having to go play 3 road games.
Right. And to your point, if I were a betting man, which I'm not, I would say he makes his triumphant return and runs out of the tunnel with the defensive starters for Packers-Bears on October 11th. But
is that 9 months?
That October 11th. 9 months from surgery. December 29th was the surgery. September 29th would be 9 months. September has 30 days, so that game against the Bears would be 12 days after the 9-month mark.
Oh! Hey, I thought it was okay. Yeah. No, he'll be back. He'll be playing in both those games.
So, but
I thought it was not. Yeah, okay.
So what I think
bad on that.
What I think is important, though, and this is the one thing I'd be curious if people want to chime in via the text portion of the Carbless talk and text line 844-770-3776. In any way, were you disappointed in what you heard? Because I think that was what Chewy was kind of driving at when I was on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. Was that I think there were folks, and again, I am not saying that I wasn't among them. Like I was like, dude's a freak, right? We're seeing him running in sand and all the other stuff that he's posted. He's working out with World Cup teams or Premier League teams. Like, I wouldn't put anything past him. Was kind of my attitude going into our conversation with him yesterday, and I came out of it like, all right, he ain't playing in the first 3 games, probably not the first 4 games. That's how I came out of that conversation. And I'm just curious if fans were disappointed and if they had higher hopes that he would be back sooner, because I could see them feeling that way. All right, I do want to get to the question that I interrupted a previous answer to ask, because I think this is interesting, and I think it factors in to the way they're viewing his comeback as well, about championship windows, which we started with Pella. Now you're going to tell us about the AmFam Championship, where we will all be together tomorrow at TPC.
Oh, that'll be fun. We will be there tomorrow, and the American Family Insurance Championship will be as well. It returns to Madison tomorrow. Wisconsin's own Steve Stricker hosts the PGA Tour Champions event at TPC Wisconsin. The AmFam Champ features best ball and scramble formats in an exciting 2-person team format. The American Family Insurance Championship is June 5th through the 7th. They got the big concert Friday night. They got the celebrity pairing foursomes on Saturday, and then Sunday is Championship Sunday. Head on out. Get details and ticket information at amfamchampionship.com.
How does that course drain out at TPC Wisconsin?
That's a great question.
Just out of curiosity, just looking at the forecast for the weekend, huh?
I don't know, but we do have Andy North is going to join us tomorrow. I think we told him he can have a full hour if he wants. I don't know if that's what he wants. He spent an hour with us last year. Maybe it'll be inside. Maybe it'll be outside. I don't know. The forecast, you know how forecasts are, Jesse.
Our forecast, Jesse.
They're pretty accurate 24 hours out. I'm not a believer 5 days out, but when we're 24 hours out and it's saying 80% chance of rain much of the day, I'm starting to believe some of what they're saying. But
well, anyways, get your tickets at amfamchampionship.com before Jesse just completely sours and urinates in your Cheerios. It's a great event. Head on out
rains
tomorrow.
on your golf tournament, perhaps.
The seats are under the tents if you get the good seats. The seats are great.
Yeah, what do you care? You're going to be coddled in a little suite, eating steak and Buck and Honey's great food out there. What do you care?
Well, the rest of the weekend it looks like Saturday and Sunday look like it's going to be pretty nice. Friday looks a little rainy as of right now. I'm just giving everybody a heads up. We're going to be there tomorrow, no matter what.
We're going to just do the show from your car, or what?
Oh my God! Comedians in cars doing a radio show.
It's a possibility. Yeah.
All right. Well, Jesse, the weatherman, notwithstanding, we will hear more from Micah Parsons.
Yeah, Jesse Shortino over here. I didn't realize that. My bad.
Well done. Jesse Shortino and Wilde and Tausch. More next. Stick around.
This is our crew.
Adding a guy like Skubal would certainly make you a better team. I do think that would make them a World Series contender because I think they are right now.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and all summer long, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors. That'll be the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which besides the refreshing taste is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breese Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store, Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I love a smart play from the pocket. That's why I joined UW Credit Union. With their mobile banking app, I can make smart plays from anywhere. And with rewards checking perks like early payday, I score my money sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and make the smart play by becoming a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Continuing with the highlights of our conversation yesterday with Micah Parsons, who spoke for quite a while with us, and lots of tidbits to get to. But I did want to get to this early in the program, because if you're familiar with our show, we've been known to get sidetracked once or twice, about weather forecasts or whatever else it might be. Can I get a Jones Dairy hat like that one, though? That is sharp.
Sure.
Envious.
Yeah, we can get you one of those.
Appreciate that. And unlike Tony Cartagena, I have had their bacon, and it is fantastic. Windows. We talk about windows a lot. Usually they're Pella. But we do talk about championship windows. And I do think this also relates to the approach they're taking. And I just want to reiterate, because there appears to be some measure of confusion in the YouTube comments, which I periodically check. I am not in any way pushing for him to come back sooner. I appreciate his candor. It's the opposite of what some guys coming back from ACLs do, which is give you the seashells and balloons, sunshine and puppy dogs. Oh, I'm going to be back sooner. I'm going to be back for the opener, and then they're not ready.
And let me tell you something. Because I think it's an interesting psychological point. I think it's a lot easier to say and do all the right stuff when you have the contract that Micah has.
No doubt.
That's just the reality.
Great point.
There is a security that comes with that, and it's smart. Whereas a lot of guys, you don't have the luxury of saying what Micah did yesterday. That's just the reality of the situation, and we can sit here and put our head in the sand like Jesse likes doing, or you can pop up and say, yeah, that makes sense, because Micah has been invested heavily, and he should be. He's deserved it. I think it's been, even with the injury, and even if he misses the first 6 weeks, if he comes back and plays back into the season like he did, he's worth every penny. But there is something about most of us. It's, I need to get back.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's other people lurking to take your job. There's going to be this league replaces you and forgets about you real quick.
Right?
They won't with Micah. But Micah, to be able to say all that, you have to be very secure where you're at in your career, and obviously Micah is.
He talked about a lot of different things, and I do want to get to some more of them beyond his own injury situation. He said some very nice things about not as nice as Baron Sorrell's own dad coming in to our YouTube comments and saying 99 going to shine. But he did talk very glowingly.
He's shown up in that big Channel 3000 bowl game, didn't he? 99?
He did. So both of those guys did. And then he also had some remarks about LVN that I think people are going to want to hear during the course of our program.
Yeah.
And I talked to LVN for a little while earlier in the week, and they are counting on him. There's no two ways.
He got some big old heavy mitts now. Lucas Van Ness got some big old heavy mitts.
Have you? That's based on watching him, or did he?
No, shaking hands. Shaking. He got some heavy old mitts now.
Heavier than Earl Dotson's?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not saying he's got nobody. There ain't anybody that has Earl Dotson's punch. Nobody. Drago, Rocky, none of them.
If he dies, he dies. So here's Micah Parsons. Nothing. I don't get anything for that. I thought it was pretty.
I smiled. What did you want me to bring out a laugh track? I thought it was good. It was fun.
Here's Micah Parsons and myself talking about championship windows. And Tausch, as you listen to this, I am curious how you think this also factors into the thought process of the timeline of getting him back.
Speaking of last season, you guys are 9-3-1, and you're leading the number one seed in the AFC at the time of your injury. You said you haven't necessarily accepted your injury. Have you accepted the way the season ended? Because I have to think that you felt like this was a Super Bowl team if you and Tuck and D.Y. and those guys are out there.
Yeah, 100%. That's a tough way, especially because this window that we have, these windows are very small and they come every, 4 or 5 years in this league because obviously players, you can't keep everybody. So we just have to thank God that we have another opportunity this year. When one door closes, another one's open, and that's something that we have guaranteed. We have this opportunity this year to all have a chance to stay healthy and push for a playoff run. So I accepted that fate, but I accepted the future also.
4 to 5 year window.
Big window. It's a real big window.
Do you agree with the size of that window, A, and B, he obviously, his contract and Jordan Love's contract and what they're trying to build here, it is time, as R.I.P. Kevin Green would say. This window, this is when you got to be really taking advantage of the window, no?
Yeah, I would think as long as Micah Parsons and Jordan Love are healthy, their window is wide open. 4 or 5 years, yeah, and that sounds I would usually never give you that long of a window in this league because things happen so fast. But that's the beauty of the Green Bay Packers, is that they build this out, and they're not going all in for 1 year and then going to drop off precipitously. Now, that could also be the curse. If you're a Rams fan or if you're some of these other places, you now have your stars on both sides of the ball. It's up to you to make sure you're supplementing with the rest of the right guys that will fit. And then Jordan Love has to elevate, because that's how the Packers have built it that way. They're paying Jordan Love. They're expecting great play from the quarterback. And Jordan Love has been very good. But he needs to go another level. Mike is there, and then he needs the other guys to elevate to the best of their abilities. So I don't have a problem. Micah's got, 3 or 4 years left on his contract. It'll have to get reworked probably after a few more years. But that's the easy part. The hard part is all the supplementation and keeping guys healthy. But do I think that their window is wide open as long as it's Micah and Jordan being your leaders on both sides of the ball? I do.
And you re-sign Tucker and you re-sign Christian Watson, and that's a pretty good core for your window. Pretty good framework, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, the Christian Watson component to that is going to be the most. And Tucker Kraft's a no-brainer. Christian Watson at what price and how much guarantee? Like that, I think it's going to be a little trickier than you think. I don't think that's a rubber stamper, like you're kind of implying.
Really?
You think it's a rubber stamper? You're going to pay him. What is a top number one wideout getting in this league?
Well, now
40?
that part,
$42 million a year.
Yeah,
so I don't know about that, Jimmy.
No, so that. Thanks, Frankie. Lenny. I think, and I don't know what his plan is, and I did not talk to him. He did talk during the week. I think that they would be hoping that someone who has dealt with injuries the way he has, they can get him to accept something much like Jaden Reed did that gives him security but not top dollar.
Yeah, he just did that last year.
Well, he did that when he was actually on the PUP list, though. He
balls out this year. Now, do I think the Packers would be happy giving him a Jalen Waddle contract of $27 or $28 a year? Yep.
I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And maybe Christian Watson will be content with that, and if that's the case, I totally agree with you. I don't know. That's a question you'd have to ask him and his reps. But if he has the season that I think most of us believe he can, and if he is the bona fide number one wideout, why would he take number two money? I don't know. Maybe he will. Yeah, there's definitely injuries, and I think he loves being a Green Bay Packer. He's done all the right things, all of those things. But the reason I just say it's not a rubber stamp because he's had injury history. The Packers know that. He knows that. Mm-hmm. And you just don't know how far are you willing to go in a new market with a new salary cap. Like, is he going to take – because I guarantee this, Waddle now down in Miami, he has a decent year. He ain't going to want to stay playing for $27, $28 million. He ain't. Cap goes up 15 to 20 a year. They want to see that too. So Christian Watson's got an interesting decision to make when the Packers come to him with probably a Jalen Waddle or less contract over the next 3 or 4 years. I'll be curious how he approaches that.
Did he get a new contract when he got traded to the Broncos? Like, did he get a new deal, or did he sign that deal with the Dolphins? He
signed it with the Dolphins. I don't know if he got a new deal or not with the Broncos.
Okay, let me fact check that, because you're right. I would say that if Christian Watson said, you offer me $27 million a year right now over 4 years, I am signing that immediately. If he said that, the Packers would be like, yep, great, sounds good. And we'll take our chances with your injuries, but we're willing to risk that because we know what you could potentially cost if you stay healthy and play at an extremely high level.
Yep.
So, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't be rubber stamping it, but I am
Like I think there's certain rubber stamp guys. Zach Tom was a rubber stamp. Boom. Tucker, rubber stamp. Boom. I don't even know. I would have said Xavier McKinney, rubber stamp, but then somebody broached the subject. You're going to pay both him and Evan Williams top dollar at safety. I don't know. Like, if you had to give an extension to Evan Williams or to Xavier McKinney, you only get to pick one. Which one are you going with?
Oh, all right. This is. Can we take a quick break and revisit this? Because now you've piqued my interest in it.
You're running the show, yeah. You want to go rubber stamp or no? Or is that what you're thinking, or what?
Do we have like a sound effect of a rubber stamp? Like, what is that? What is it that a notary public uses? Right? It's like a metal thing, but it's got the stamp inside of it. It goes.
I'm thinking about becoming a notary republic. I'm thinking about.
You should call it the right thing first, if that's what you want to do. I don't know what the notary republic is, but the notary public, you want to be able, you want to be signing off on.
Gotta update your LinkedIn.
It's for all. That's the republic side of it. I don't want it just to be notary. I want it to bring everybody together.
We will rubber stamp or no some contracts.
How long does it take to become a notary? Is my other.
I don't even know what the requirements are.
Because the thing is, you could be a traveling notary, which is awesome. Because I think if you want to have it, I think people want you to come to their house to do the notary. Boom, with the rubber stamp.
Is it bad that I don't really know what this is?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know what. I know what it is, but I'm not even real sure. I know you have to do it with like loans and some other stuff. What do you all need to do it for?
This is great. To become a notary public in Wisconsin. Now, this is per Google's AI, so I always double check this. But as of now, based on this information, you must be a U.S. resident. Check. Of at least 18 years of age and older.
Check.
With an 8th grade education.
That's all you need is an 8th grade education?
That's what, again, and no disqualified criminal record.
Check.
I will fact check that for 8th grade.
Just wait a second.
You're telling me that our children could become notary publics right now.
Most of your kids could do this, yeah.
I think Max and I are going to go become notary republics.
Tauscher and Tauscher. Tauscher and Son notary republics.
Yes.
The next segment will be brought to you.
You don't really even know what you do. You're just going to show up.
How long of a process does it take to become a notary republic?
I will get all that information. More Wilde and Tausch presented by Tauscher and Son Notary Republics. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Now, you know I've loved Pizza Hut going back to the days when I was a kid participating in their legendary Book It program. I loved it then, and I love enjoying Pizza Hut, making new memories with my family today. Say hello to Pizza Hut's new crispy Parm Pan Pizza. It's the original pan crust you love with a crispy golden Parmesan edge baked right into the crust. Try it today. Get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan Pizza for just $10, or make it a large for only $3 more. Limited time offer, additional charges for extra cheese, toppings, and recipes. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to get this and a bunch of other great deals as well. The newest Hut crust is Pizza Hut's Crispy Parm Pan. Order today at pizzahut.com, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Former NFL executive Morocco Brown has been hired as the new general manager of the Wisconsin Badgers football team. Mark Tauscher weighed in on the why and the when of the hire when he joined Jim, Matt, and Molly this week on ESPN Madison.
Would you, in a perfect world, want alignment with your athletic director, chancellor, head coach, GM? Absolutely. I think this is just an incredibly unique situation. Everybody's trying to figure out how we can win this season and win in a big way, and I'm guessing that's how this all shook out.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
At Associated Bank, we get life gets complicated. So banking, it should be easy to get. That's why our tools speak your language. Automated savings, it's saving automatically for anything. Digital controls, you lose your card, you're still in control. Turn it off, then on, all on the app. And Money Monitor, you know where your money goes, like those long-forgotten subscriptions. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/YouGotThis. Member FDIC.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? If you're a top player in your league, the GRB Rays are ready for you. They're Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with over 425 college commitments, 27 draft picks, and 4 big leaguers, including the National League Rookie of the Year. Train in one of the Midwest elite facilities and elevate your game. GRB Rays tryouts are here, but spots are filling up quickly. Sign up now at grbrays.com. That's grbrays.com.
Your family's safety is your responsibility, and it starts with a solid roof. When the next storm rips through and takes some of your shingles with it, call Badgerland Exteriors. Or looking to replace your whole roof but don't want to break the bank? Let the team at Badgerland Exteriors give you a free, no obligations estimate.
AJ with Badgerland Exteriors here. Contracting made easy is more than a tagline. It's how we run our family business. Visit BadgerlandExteriors.com to get started on your next project. That's BadgerlandExteriors.com.
Every minute of every day, another person loses their life to cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer has set a bold goal to make early stage detection an essential part of standard of care for all cancers. So join the mission and help save lives today at standuptocancer.org.
This is our crew.
Adding a guy like Skubal would certainly make you a better team. I do think that would make them a World Series contender because I think they are right now.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
So, bad news for Tauscher and Son Notary Republics, Inc. Okay. Again, I'm on WisconsinNotary.com where I can click the blue button and get started on becoming a notary. There are 5 requirements. We've covered several of them just to recap. Be a United States resident. Check. Be at least 18 years of age. Check. Have at least the equivalent of an 8th grade education. Check. Not have a criminal record with a felony conviction and or misdemeanors that impact the integrity of the notary commission.
Gotta
okay
have
there,
integrity.
Right?
Absolutely.
You're brimming with integrity. I just didn't know your criminal record. But here's where you fail. You're out. You're out, Jerry. The 5th requirement: be familiar with the duties and responsibilities of a notary public.
Yeah, but you can learn that, right?
Well, you better learn.
What
so
are the
you
metrics
can become
behind
one.
be familiar? That's an interesting.
Yeah, that
who
seems
judges
very
whether you're
vague.
familiar or not?
Becoming a notary in Wisconsin is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Complete the notary public tutorial and pass the exam. Purchase a 4-year, $500 notary bond and notary stamp.
Okay.
And complete the notary application process online.
That's where we're going to struggle.
Seems like a kind of a low barrier of entry, man.
He's good until he needs to do an online application. He can't figure out the YouTube comments. I don't know if he's going to be able to do the online application.
Old girl's great at that stuff. She'll be.
Well, wait a minute now. You can't have her do the work for you.
The Tauscher
but she can help me get through the process with it. I'll fill out the forms, obviously.
For those of you that want to become more familiar with what a notary does, including
how
the
many
people here on the
notaries are
panel,
there in this state? Because if there's a million notaries, it's got to be exclusive.
Okay, first of all, I never want people to think that I am unappreciative of what I get to do every day and work with you. But when you do this thing where you have a question and then we don't have the answer immediately and then you get irritated with us, that's one of my least favorite.
Nobody's irritated.
Well, how many are there? Well, I don't know. I'll get on that. I'm working on the other details.
You're on the website. You're right there.
It doesn't just say there are 742,000 notary publics in the United States. What is a notary public? I think I got to say, there are not as many. If you're watching on the video stream, there are not many more alarming images that have been created by AI, to my knowledge, than Jesse as the Aladdin genie. It haunts my dreams. A notary public is an official appointed by a state government to serve the public as an impartial witness in administering oaths and performing other official acts when important documents are signed. The duties and responsibilities of notaries are expressly dictated by law. They are usually overseeing what they are calling proper execution of many life-changing documents, helping business operate, conveying real property, granting powers of attorney, establishing estate plans, finalizing adoptions, and a multitude of other matters that enable our society to function.
You get to share in big moments in people's lives.
Right, yes.
And you get to be the presider over those. I think that's a pretty great thing.
It is.
I think this is something. This thing's got some legs.
Pipe Jim informs
but it'll be traveling only. It'll be a traveling only rotary.
You got
notary.
And the rotary. You get both all in one. If we need someone, Pipe Jim informs me that our good friend Pat McCurdy, his wife is a notary public. So we do have access to a notary public who would then obviously have to compete with you business-wise when Tauscher and Son puts out its shingle.
But he's got to be 18 now, so that's not in play. You said 8th grade, and now it turns out 8th grade education.
Yes, but it would appear that you plan on having your family members do the lion's share of the work anyway, since Sarah will be filling out the online form. So
you know what I might just do? I might just have Sarah become a notary. Maybe Sarah's going to become the notary in this group, and I'll be her supporting notary.
Anything to keep her out of the kitchen, based on some of the stories you've shared previously. All right, we need to get to the 10 o'clock hour. Tausch will not be becoming a notary public before then. That much I can guarantee. We were going to play trivia here. We'll play it a little bit later. I want to get to some more of what Micah Parsons talked about. He talked about player leadership. There are some things he says, though, about the younger edge rushers and those guys that are going to have to play a more significant role in the defense until he gets back. We'll get to all that during the 10 o'clock hour. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. But you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Micah Parsons meeting with the media in Green Bay yesterday after the Packers' OTA practice, providing an update on the potential timeline for his return from his torn ACL injury.
We have a pretty strong 9-month rule, so it's just all about just do the research and the data. There's no good outcomes with players coming back early from ACL, especially if you add in all the other things that get fixed up. So it's just all about completing the rehab the best of our ability and then seeing where we're at from there.
Parsons also praising the work of Lucas Van Ness and also talking about player leadership heading into a championship season of aspirations for the Packers in 2026. Make sure you stick around. Wilde and Tausch breaking it all down. Coming up next, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Baseball, the Brewers fall 1-0 to the Giants last night at American Family Field. Final game of the 4-game set this afternoon. 1:10 first pitch in Milwaukee.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Notary Publics Today begins now. We'll play trivia coming up next and leading into talking to Uncle Homer on a Thursday. But first, there was another topic that Micah got to, and we'll get to a few more. And I say this not to be a jerk about other players, but man, there are certain guys that when they talk on a day, they just fill your notebook, right? Favre was that way, Rodgers was that way, Micah is that way. Like, there are guys, Leroy Butler was that way.
Not.
Jordan's not. No, he's not. I mean, he's not. That is not something that, he is cautious.
Who are your, just from a content standpoint, who are your top three? Micah's top. Who else you got?
Tucker Kraft would be, but he doesn't talk as often as I would like him to.
Okay.
Xavier McKinney would be 2, I would say.
Okay.
This is... I understand the current situation.
Josh Jacobs is 3 for you.
Is Josh Jacobs. And then I would say Christian Watson and Evan Williams are 4 and 5. I'll be curious to see
how many teams...
Not Keyshawn Nixon?
No, but I did talk to him yesterday.
How many teams... beat writers would not have a quarterback in their top 3?
Ooh, good. Well, now, so I'd be curious. I don't know anybody who covers the Chargers at this point.
Arizona probably,
for sure.
Cardinals.
I guess I don't know what Jacoby Brissett's like. Well, they have Josh Sweat still, and he's not getting traded. I would say
Cleveland's top 5 might be all quarterbacks.
Nice, well played. with Dylan Gabriel having Jared Verse just take his number. He didn't even get paid for it. He just took it. I would be curious if Justin Herbert would be in like the Chargers beat writers top 5, because he strikes me as kind of Jordan Love-esque, right? Don't say too much. Like kind of just go through the process but not give them too much. I wonder, is Josh Allen that way, or do you think Josh Allen is pretty open? Like,
no, Josh Allen would be the top of every Buffalo Bills beat, right?
I would think so, yes. Still very curious about Keyshawn Nixon, though. I'm glad you mentioned him. We'll have to talk about him at some point, because I think Tausch's suspicion about whether something's brewing there or not is still I still refuse to rule that out. I am leery.
Well, did he rule that out? Did he rule that out when you talked to him?
He did not. I don't think he was directly asked in his group session if he was.
If only Nate Hobbs was.
But here is his answer to the question about the accountability in the Packers locker room.
Like I said, it's about, knowing when to go. And it's all about feeling great.
That doesn't sound like that one.
I just think
and this one he's not talking about
the players accountable.
Oh, there you go.
And, I think, like I said before, Matt had got a lot of fire with that. But I think the greatest teams, if you look at all the documentaries, it was players-led accountability. The coach shouldn't have to tell the players to stay on sides or limit penalties or not getting whatever the penalty may be. That's not the coach. Or do the player doing their job to the best of their ability. I think it always has to be player-led. And I think between me, Jay Love, Zaire, him being here so far, Coop, Xavier, we're just got to do a better job at that. And we will. We got to hold players accountable.
Was that lacking at times last year?
I would say the thing that I wouldn't say it was lacking, but I definitely think the standard has been risen.
So that is something that made me think about the way Matt LaFleur was graded on that NFLPA report card. If he caught a lot of heat or a lot of fire, as Micah Parsons says there, does that mean he was not empowering his guys enough to hold these disgruntled folks accountable? What do you take that as? Because he mentions the criticism that LaFleur received. At the same time, he's also saying that it's players that have to hold guys accountable. And if there are a bunch of malcontents milling about the locker room, then my question is, how good of a job were those guys doing of holding those guys accountable too?
It's always, there's always a kind of a look, and you analyze what you could have done better, because great teams don't let 5 and 6 game losing streaks happen. Last year was a good, not great team, and they were a pretty average team when Micah and Tucker and that crew wasn't available to them. So you're always searching for reasons. Injuries are the top of that list, but obviously Matt LaFleur has taken a look at this, and I think he definitely has been introspective about why he was graded the way he was with these things. Like, you could say it doesn't bother you, but it does. And it should, because these are guys that are in there with you, and that's the report cards you got. And I think that's why Micah is you could tell he's a little sensitive to it. He brought that up. The coach sets the tone and the messaging for what happens. The players enforce it. Words don't. We've seen this now, man. And you, Jason, you've seen it more than anybody. People will tell you whatever. Goody will tell you the sky's orange, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, well, the sky's orange. Oh, I can't believe Goody lied to me. The sky was blue. Well, Goody ain't going to. It's about the actions. It's not about all these words and messaging. It's setting the tone, and then it's up to the players to enforce and hold guys accountable to what actually is going on. All of this other stuff is window dressing. And when guys say the locker room is the most important room in the building, it is. It's not the media auditorium. It's not. It's the field and it's the locker room and how they go about positioning themselves. All of these other things are important. The coach is only going to do so much, and I don't think anybody thinks Matt LaFleur isn't a good schemer. He schemes up.
I agree.
People can say he's not an alpha and he's not this and he's not that. The job of the coach is to set the tone and to position their players to be successful. He has, I think he has done a great job of getting guys open and setting the scheme. Setting the tone, I think there's been some weaknesses.
I agree.
I don't think anybody could argue that. Hopefully he continues to get better at it. And Micah needs to take that tone, and if the tone isn't being set in the right way, players can reset the tone. That's where Micah and Jordan, Christian, all the leaders of this team need to take a hold of it, because what Micah did say there, that's 100% accurate. Every great team has been led by players, but they've had strong coaches that have helped direct them to get there. That's why they're there, and that's why they're paid the way they are, because it does matter what tone you set and how you go about getting it, and getting buy-in from 53 guys is really tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, they didn't have it. Otherwise, you don't hear this disgruntlement. You should never hear about disgruntlement.
You're right about all those things, and I think if there was a criticism to be levied that we would agree with, it is the one you said about Matt LaFleur. I don't think anybody questions the job he does as a coach. I understand there are folks that get frustrated and they think that he chokes in big moments or he doesn't adjust well enough. We can have conversations about those two. I'm not saying that he's by any means perfect, but I think he is a pretty good schemer. But again, I think the things that came out after the season leave you with reason to question if he needs to make some adjustments to how he handles people. Whether that's the Rich Bisaccia saga, who I still think he doesn't want to fire people.
When you say that, tell me what you're really saying. You saying he needs to, what are you saying?
Again, I don't know what his interactions are like firsthand, obviously, other than the ones that he has with me. But, I think he tries very hard to, and I have this personality too, to make people happy and go about correcting them in a non-confrontational, not harsh way. And I think sometimes there are guys that maybe probably take advantage of that. Where maybe if he got after them a little bit harder and said, tough blank, this is your role. You don't like it? Do something about it. And I'd be curious, and I'm hoping to talk to Matt a little bit later this month. So
he's too much of a people pleaser.
Yeah, I think I would just, let me use myself instead. If I want to make a correction to something with Maddie or Sid or somebody else, I always try to give a piece of positive feedback with negative feedback, because I don't want to just harshly say, come on, man, this is not good enough. What are you doing? Right? Sometimes I do, and sometimes you have to do that. But I feel like if there were guys that were unhappy with their roles, he was not going to just say, tough blank. I'm sorry that you feel like you're not playing enough. Force me to play you then by doing the little things better or whatever it might be. And maybe he does do that. I'm not there for those interactions, but that's the impression that I get. Is that problematic if that's true?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, again, that is the best I can call that is an educated guess, because I am not privy to those. Maybe he's a real jerk to some of these guys. And maybe he's too much of a jerk to some of them, and that's why they graded him down. I don't know. But it was definitely, whatever the issue was, it was an issue. That's how you end up with your head coach admitting publicly that there were guys unhappy with their roles and that it took a toll on your team. And that's what he offered up at the NFL meetings in Arizona in March. We need to play some trivia. Jesse, what's today's category and what caller would you like?
Sticking with the theme of the show so far, Notary Republic. Now, Magic Micah is today's trivia category.
Well
Questions
delivered.
about
That was well done.
Micah Parsons, because he spoke with the media yesterday and said a lot.
And because you have to be 18 years old to become a Notary Republic, we'll take caller 18.
Sure.
Caller 18 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 18 plays trivia. I would presume, and I'll have to talk to Ito about this, that Walney Legal Group has at least one and probably multiple notary publics on their staff, or people that have completed the 8th grade education and other requirements, because they specialize in all the kinds of things that need to be notarized when it comes to estate planning, wills, trusts, probate, elder care, and special needs planning. Customized, personalized experiences as opposed to the cookie-cutter, one-size-fits-all solutions that some might give you. This choice of words by Ito and his team, uncomfortable necessity, is exactly what estate planning is. I don't want to think about dying, but I have to, because that's what I owe Paula and Maddie and Sid. So Walney makes it smooth, easy, and as painless as possible. They take care of you from start to finish, lawyering the way it should be. So don't be one of those people in the 84%, including me, that don't have appropriate current planning documents. Set it and forget it. And if it's been a few years, have Walney Legal Group review it and update it. Go to WalneyLegal.com, WALNY Legal.com, to start a conversation no matter what phase you are in. Trivia's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio. ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks in a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
It's well known that the boss at the exteriors company is a perfectionist.
It's a gift.
He not only oversees every job, he inspects each aspect of the operation to get to the root of what your project will actually need to be long-lasting.
Call 960-ROOF.
Oh, he's proud of all the reviews.
What can I say? Take a look.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Tournament host Steve Stricker joins a legendary group of PGA Tour champions at the American Family Insurance Championship. Catch the action June 5th through the 7th with an exciting team competition at TPC Wisconsin in Madison. This year's AmFam Champ concert features Little Big Town with special guests Randy Houser and May Estes. Friday, June 5th at Breeze Stevens Field. All proceeds support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Just how good was The Miz this May?
How would you describe the month you had?
Yeah, it was pretty good. How about if we told you your ERA was 0.23 for the month of May? I mean, that's decent. Yeah, that's pretty good.
This is Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, Tausch, do you remember how we got onto the notary public topic?
No.
We were discussing contracts that I viewed as a rubber stamp.
Okay.
That they were definitely going to do. Hit the breaking news sounder.
Now this is some breaking news.
Per Adam Schefter, Green Bay Packers wide receiver Christian Watson and the Packers have reached an agreement today on a 4-year, $110.5 million contract extension that includes a $31 million signing bonus.
27 a year, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's exactly what we were talking about, and that's exactly what they did. If he's going to take $27 million a year, boom, count me in. This might be a smidge more than that, but bottom line, he is in the fold. 4 years, $110.5 million contract extension for Christian Watson per Adam Schefter.
Dude, that's awesome for Green Bay, and I think Christian Watson, he gets the $31 million, which is great. He doesn't have to play on the 13 or whatever it was this year, and now this just lets him free flow. I think if he stays healthy, the Packers are going to be really happy with this contract. If he doesn't, they're going to get out of it in 2 years, and it won't be, the end of the deal, end of the world. So I love the fact Christian Watson, I think, understood that the Packers did. They worked it out, and I've been the biggest Christian Watson fan as far as when he's playing. Great talent. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So when we look at this, I joked about this yesterday about what I said to Jaden Reed about, the idea that they got a pretty good deal and he could have gotten more money. Christian Watson could have played out this season, had a bonko season, and made a heck of a lot more money than this and gotten a hell of a lot more money guaranteed, right?
Yes.
I don't know what the other guarantees are. Adam did not report those, but $31 million in a signing bonus is not like, oh my God, how much? Like, right? Like, it's
the grand scheme of things,
comparatively.
obviously for Christian,
right.
Christian and his family, it's awesome because now, let's say things do go south, and you can't get over and it, by all accounts, he has turned a corner. At least we all hope. But if it doesn't, that's a nice little chunk that you're going to have put away regardless. From the Packers' standpoint, they are all in believing that Christian Watson's going to be healthy, and he was great last year. And this is, I think, the Packers doing right by Christian. They could have made him play it out at $13 million, take on all the risk, and then tag him and do all that. They came to a happy medium on it. I didn't know where Christian Watson and his team was going to look at and say, is 27 too low with the cap going up and expanding? He is your number one. He is going to be the guy. And in a couple of years, this deal, if he is playing the way it is, it's going to look genius by the Green Bay Packers. And Christian Watson's going to be making a good chunk of money and playing for the team that he wanted to play for his career. So kudos to get it done and to figure out. I think this is another attaboy Russ Ball. I think Russ has continued to find ways to get the players that he wants, that him, Goody, and Matt LaFleur are all in on. I think it's pretty exciting for everybody to pull that off.
Okay, so I want to get to Homer. Let me ask you one quick follow-up. And exploit is not the word I'm looking for here. Take advantage of, maybe closer, but still not quite. You've got Christian Watson, who has certainly had multiple seasons derailed or impacted by injuries, right? You've got Jaden Reed, who admitted to me earlier this week that missing most of last season and then going into a contract year influenced his thought process in terms of wanting to sign something that gave him security. When you go through what those two players have gone through from an injury perspective, and look, I say this with nothing but love in my heart for you and gratitude for the fact that because these things happen to you, I don't know, maybe you get paid what you should have been paid as a healthy top-flight right tackle in the NFL. Maybe you don't need to do this show with me. But you had the worst timed ACL tears of anybody, right? Contract years, not when you want to do it. Did their injury histories help the Packers get two really good wide receivers at less than market rate? Is that fair for me to say?
Yeah, that's very fair, but it's also nobody is forcing either of these guys to do it. They have the information, and I think anytime you have injuries, you realize how quickly everything can go away. And just because you think you should be getting 40-some-odd million, there's a lot of stories you could go back and look at and say, well, this guy thought for a couple $1 million a year more, I need to go and get. There's some guys that are just dogs that want every last penny. Mm-hmm. And God bless them. If that's the goal and that's what you want to do, go do it. There's other guys that want to be paid what they feel is their market value, and they fit really well, and they want to be a part of a program that has been with them from the jump. Everybody's mentality on this is different. With Christian Watson, obviously he has had injuries. $110 million. If he plays this out, pretty sure Christian Watson would be pretty happy if he makes $110
for sure.
million.
And look,
will there be some that will say, well, it should have been $160 million? Yeah, that's life. You have to give and take a little bit. The Packers are giving. Christian Watson's taking, and you hope that it all evens itself out by the end of it.
But this is always the trade-off.
I don't think anybody should be, and I always get a little bit, and it's not just you, but I always get a little bit uneasy when people are like, oh, really, what did you use? Exploited? I wouldn't use that term because that's crazy.
I expressly said
you said exploited. You could say, well, I'm not saying. Look, the word was exploited.
My point.
And the bottom line is, it's always easy from the cheap seats for guys that aren't doing that to say, he should have held out and done this. No, this is not like it's some short-term thing. They talked through and looked at it, and Christian Watson is getting paid good, not great, number one receiver money. He is being paid top-end number two. And from the Packers, you're looking at securing your young talent earlier because that risk is off the table then. And now Christian Watson's going to have, at minimum, $31 million off of this contract if nothing goes right. And if things go right, $110 million on top of what he already made, and he's playing as a number one wideout with a team he loves, that's a pretty good deal.
Right. Let me just clarify something here. If I was Christian Watson or Jaden Reed, I would have done this too. Like, I am in no way criticizing either one of them. My point is that, as I learned from Andrew Brandt many years ago, this is all about a give and take. We guarantee you some money, but it reduces your risk. And if you want to risk it and try and maximize your earning power and get to market, that's great, but this minimizes your risk. The Packers also minimize their risk of having to potentially pay through the nose for him if he has a monster year. Jordy Nelson outperformed his contract like 4 weeks into the 2011 season, right? Like, you were thinking he was underpaid already. And the Packers would love to do those types of contracts. Ooh, we got away with this one here. Right?
That's what the Philadelphia Eagles do. What smart organizations do is
but it feels like the Packers haven't done this as much lately, is what I'm saying. These are
Brian Gutekunst is getting tougher and tougher on paying guys second contracts. We know that. We've talked about it ad nauseum. Christian Watson is such a special talent that they've done this, and they've definitely changed some of their philosophy on that, but let's not kid ourselves. If they have a young player that is playing and has performed at a really high level when they're healthy, and they want them for the next 4 or 5 years, they are aggressive to do it. There just have not been enough of those guys, at least in their opinion.
That's fair. Well, Christian Watson can take it to the bank, and if he's smart, he'll take it to Associated Bank. Now, he can sign up for Packers checking, because he wants to have that Packers G now, especially that he's got this 4-year, $110.5 million contract extension that includes $31 million in a guaranteed signing bonus. But if he's a Brewers fan too, maybe he wants a Brewers checking account from Associated Bank, and that would get him 20% off the Brewers team store. He doesn't have to pay full price for his new jerseys. He gets up to 50% off his home game tickets, express entry into the Associated Bank entrance at AmFam Field, pre-sale access to concerts and non-baseball events at AmFam Field, plus savings on the famous Racing Sausages 5K and 10K, and the Brewers Baseball Academy registration. Go to AssociatedBank.com/Brewers to find out more about that. We will talk to Uncle Homer, and then we'll play trivia after that. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with Pizza. Try the new Crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping Crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at PizzaHut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new Crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Spring into action this season and let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
You train hard, you work hard, but are you recovering well? At Sauna Day, Wisconsin's first thermal bathhouse in downtown Madison, we bring together the science of heat, cold, and rest, shown to support cardiovascular health, reduce inflammation, improve sleep, and boost mental clarity. Whether it's post-workout, easing sore muscles, or just a couple hours to reset, this is recovery that's proven to work across the centuries. Go solo or bring your crew. Sauna Day, proven to raise vitality and designed to feel good.
Homer on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Olson Toon Landscaping, helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain outdoor spaces since 1997. Learn more and contact the team today at olsontoon.com.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right.
Before we get to Homer on the Yuengling Goat Hotline, Yuengling, America's oldest brewery, 197 years old, now in Wisconsin, 6 generations, family owned and operated, D.G. Yuengling and Son. Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Captain Matty Ice in the YouTube comments with a important point. Keeping Watson for less than Alec Pierce is amazing. For those of you unfamiliar with Alec Pierce, he plays for the Indianapolis Colts. He got, during the offseason, a 4-year, $114 million extension. It included $84 million in guarantees and $60 million fully guaranteed at signing. So that, my point.
Double.
Yes, my point is that's a lot. Now, maybe there's more guarantees in there than we are aware of. But Alec Pierce last season caught 47 passes for 1,003 yards and 6 touchdowns. That seems like Christian Watson almost put up those same numbers in half a season. So feels like a bargain to me, but he's got to stay healthy. All right, this guy's no bargain. He's no picnic either, but God, we love him. It is Uncle Homer on Wilde and Tausch. Homer, good morning. Thoughts on Christian Watson's extension?
A bigger bargain than the Sun. It's hard to believe that he would take that with that little guarantee. But more power to the Packers.
A bigger bargain than the Sun. How much of a bargain is the Sun?
No, bigger in size.
Oh, okay.
The Sun is big. This is bigger than the Sun in terms of how big the bargain is. Somebody ought to look at all the others with a $31 million guarantee. That's nothing. That's tit money for somebody who has shown the potential of Watson. I assume it's Watson being smart, recognizing admitting his own, weakness or
the risk, injury risk. History. Yeah, injury risk.
History. Yep. Yeah. I mean, they got, like I said, they got a bargain bigger
but Homer,
than the Sun.
if he plays this out and he makes 110, and I'm sure there's incentives in there too, Pro Bowls, All Pro, et cetera, he's going to make probably close to $30 million a year. And guys, you could roll the dice, but those same dice could come up, and you could be injured, and you're not making money. So I understand you and Jason's point on that. I get it. But in this case, the Packers, I think, could have played real hardball with him, and he would have not been close to getting what he just got. If you play this out over 2 years, it would have been limited, and we all know how fast things happen in this NFL. So I agree with you. Great move by the Packers
they did play hardball
in getting
with
this
him.
done.
They did play hardball with him, and he took it. This is hardball.
Well, hardball would have been $13 million this year. Tag him next year, and I'm guessing that's where they got that 30-some-odd million, because that's what they could have held him to over 2 years if they tagged him. So that's how that got to where it got, my guess would be.
I'll agree with you, but I just compared to other players, or if you had an agent, I think the majority would have said, we'll do this, but the guarantee's 50, not 30.
Yeah. We could probably agree with you on that.
So, but it's good. And
it's great
right.
for Green Bay.
This is what you bag as an organization. If he's good, fine, we give him all that. But if he's not good, then we only give him 30. So let's roll.
So
you would hope every player. Imagine if they had done the same with Jordan Love, what his contract would have been. He wouldn't be getting $50 million now.
Oh, when they did that half measure of a contract because they didn't know what he was going to be when he became a starter. Yeah, that's fair. Homer, how do you feel now about this group? Because, look, we have gone from the era of, we don't have a number one wide receiver, to a guy that got a $110 million extension, a guy that got a $50 million extension, and a second-year first-round pick on his rookie deal. The pecking order is clear, which is not how things had been operating previously. How do you feel about the Packers wide receiver room with the top three pecking order being Watson, Reed, Golden?
I don't think it makes any difference. I think that whole aspect of the room and stuff was vastly overrated. This is about talent. It all comes down to their assessment of them as players and whether they play at that level. So, I mean, if your players in that room are that fragile, then it's a mess. And what we're dealing with there, I want to ask Tausch as well, this stuff with Parsons and LaFleur is all just garbage. Okay, first of all, the guy's been here 7 years. Let me ask Tausch. Does everybody in the locker room, the veterans know, they know who and what their head coach is and how he runs things, correct? There's nothing new now, correct?
Correct.
And those veterans and those
you
people
can make
there
adjustments.
will
I just want to make sure.
This is how it works.
Yeah, you can make adjustments.
This is how this coach is. What?
Your coaches make adjustments, right? But who you are as a person and how you are. What?
They don't make big adjustments. The kind of stuff they're talking about adjustments.
I said adjustments.
Coaches don't make adjustments like that after 7 years, unless you tell me they do. I don't think so.
Well, I'm telling you that when coaches feel like and correct me if I'm wrong, Jason, but LaFleur usually says as little as he does in pressers. He not boring by design, but when he made those statements, he was pissed about the grade that he got and the view that I think people had about him, and that's how you change things. Like, you are who you are, and I'm not saying that he is going to all of a sudden be Mike Ditka or that's not who he is. But I think he also is looking at it and saying, I'm not going to get walked over, or I'm not going to let our locker room have the amount of disgruntlement and unhappiness and unaccepting of roles that we've had. And you could say you shouldn't have let that happen anyways, and I can't argue with you. But it obviously stung him, and he is going to do something about it, or he is going to continue in this same cycle, which isn't where he wanted to be. That's how I interpreted what he did this offseason.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he brought it up, he clearly there was a reason why he brought it up unprompted. And it was basically him saying, I can't allow this to happen again. I'm not going to allow this to happen again. So wait, Homer, what's your I guess explain to me what exactly your position is on this.
He is who he is. Nothing big is changing. And for Parsons to talk the way he did, so I didn't do anything last year. I mean, I'm going to do an assessment of what Parsons says about things. Now he's talking about also how good he thinks Van Ness is. So I don't know.
There's a little hyperbole there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, on this is we need the veterans to be more involved. Again, I defer to Tausch on all of this in terms of what the veterans were like, or how they decide what they're doing, or if they're a certain way and they're that strong in that way, they don't need to hear it from the head coach. If you're a star, you can get away with that if you want to. But I want to hear totally from Tausch on what the reality is of star players, what they can do, and what could Parsons have done last year. And the veterans need to be more what do you mean they need to be more? If they need to be more, you would address it right away. You're Micah Parsons. You can get away with anything with your teammates, I assume. If any of that is wrong, Tausch, take it away.
No, I will say star players, and especially star players that are leaders, quarterback, a Micah Parsons, guys listen, and the tone, as I said earlier in the show, the tone is set by the head coach. What kind of locker room? But the players enforce it and make it happen. And if things are getting squirrely, I said this about Jordan Love. He needs to – what happened in the receiver room last year, obviously that is, I think, one of the big points of this disgruntlement talk that we had this offseason. There was disgruntlement in locker rooms that I played on in that receiver room that was squashed because the quarterback will dictate that and can control that. Right. That is what I believe Micah is saying, and Micah is trying to basically say, as leaders and as we're running this team, it has to be player-led. It has to be enforced by its players because the coach isn't in there all the time. And if you're any good, and I think he said something about documentaries, championship teams, they are player-led and run by the players because that is who players are going to be held most accountable to, because coaches can say what they want. The worst thing you can have is if a teammate doesn't trust you or doesn't see that you're bought in and doing what they want. And if you're not doing that, players need to hold them into account, or you need to have somebody else out there.
Well, Jordan Love hasn't done it, and we all know he's never going to do it. That's not who and what he is. He's not going to change. My assumption is that the Packers understood that, and that's why maybe some people are gone that were a problem, because Jordan Love's not changing. I mean, we all, right? I mean, everybody accepts that. You can say,
I don't know about that. Homer, okay. You don't think, hold up a second. You don't think Jordan Love has shown better command and the way he is not Rodgers. He's not going to throw his arms up in the air, but he is also, I think, has grown, and I do think he can continue to grow as a leader. It's not as natural to him, maybe as it was to some other guys, but that doesn't mean as he gets more stature and grows into being a big-time quarterback in this league, players look at him differently, and that matters. So I wouldn't agree with your assessment on that.
Okay.
That he cannot get there.
And no, about this one particular area. I mean, he's making $50 million. They know who and what he is. This locker room, the receivers room was bad, or however you want to do it, and he did nothing about it. And so it's just who he is. It's like other people need to take that role. And maybe that's the coach saying, we're just going to get rid of some of these receivers. But, no, I don't think there'll be a major change in who or how Jordan Love does his job as quarterback, and that's fine. It can be done by other people, and maybe already has been.
No, look, I think this is Tausch. I don't think you can fundamentally change who you are, whether you're a quarterback or a radio host or a whatever. So I think you have to maximize or perfect the version of you that you are to be the most effective when it comes to leadership.
Perfectly said. I love that. I'm going to steal that.
Good. I always feel good when I say something that you plan on stealing. I think Jordan Love can be a very effective leader, but he, to your point, he is not going to be the same style leader of the two quarterbacks that you played with. He's never going to be that guy. He may take more command. He may add a little bit of a edge to some of his criticism or critiques to teammates, but at his fundamental core, he's the guy that wants to put his arm around you, say, look, I need more from you. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. Right? I just don't think he's going to get to a point where anyone is thinking he's in the ballpark of some of the stuff that Aaron Rodgers did. And remember, we talked to guys about Aaron Rodgers' leadership style. I know I talked about it with Randall Cobb and with James Jones when they were leaving on the tailgate tour. Like, that worked with those guys. You know, I talked to Corey Lindsley a couple weeks ago when we were doing our charity thing with him and Bulaga, and it worked with him that Aaron was a jerk to him a lot of times. But I just don't think Jordan has that in him. And whether or not Micah Parsons didn't say how that leadership has to be done. He just said that leadership has to be done. And I feel like Jordan Love can deliver it in his own way. I think you agree with that, don't you?
Well, I think absolutely, and you have to be authentic in how you go about doing it, but I just push back on Homer and say that he hasn't grown or can handle that aspect of it. Not every timeline lines up exactly the way you want it. Not everybody is going to be, from day one, have complete command of a locker room. That's just a very rare thing. We're hoping to see Jordan continue to grow into having that command of a locker room so that all of this disgruntlement gets squashed.
Homer, what else has been on your mind when it comes to this team?
Homer, I heard a little birdie told me that you golfed with Bonnie Blair yesterday. Is that an accurate assessment?
I did. She's going to have to change her golf bag that says 5 times gold. She's going to also have to put 5 times birdie putts at the AmFam. We were 7 under. She made 5 putts, and there are 4 of us in addition to the pro, so he's putting as well. And it was impressive. Yes, I asked her if that equaled the 5 golds, and she said no.
Shocking.
Yeah,
who got
shocking.
more words in edgewise, you or Bonnie?
Oh, it's she's so much better than I am. I just
no, not talking golf. I'm talking about jabbering.
That's a great question. I would have to let I'll ask the other 2 people.
Well, I'll tell you this. My sources, or my source on this,
I think it's close.
Said it was a real dogfight, but you 2 can both chew it up, is what I was told.
That's fair, yes. I'll be happy to be compared to Bonnie Blair.
I figured you would be. I figured that would be all right with you.
So
wait, what is this?
Moving on. If she plays next year, she will not play with me.
Why?
more people, different people, need to get a chance to play around with her. So whether the person in charge, the Ted, agrees with me, often he doesn't. That's the determining factor.
Did you just out his source?
No, not everybody knows the Ted or who that is.
Was so? What? True. Wait a minute. What was this?
This is the AmFam Pro-Am. They
so this
start
was not
them on Wednesday. They have a couple on Wednesday, and then they do, I think, another one.
Yeah, they got a couple today. I think Brust is playing today.
I think the Wednesday morning is the. I don't know if how you rank them, but anyway.
Whenever the weather's the best is how you rank it.
Yes, but I mean in terms of the players, and the top players don't have to play two, but it doesn't matter. It's a spectacular thing.
Who was your pro? Who did you play with?
Harrison Frazier, I think, if I have his name right. He was fantastic. Played to Texas, and he ate with us after the round, which almost never happens.
I like that.
As great as Ernie Els was, ain't eating with us after the round. John Daly, not a chance.
Does that make you think that since he's not out there pounding balls and putting that maybe he's not going to win, or you think the opposite?
No, he was there totally because of Bonnie Blair. The rest of us were just assistants. Yeah, he was. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Okay.
She's just so famous.
She's the real deal, no doubt.
No, and the only thing negative probably that could ever be said about her is someone said that she's as talkative as Homer. So, but I don't know that they'll present it that way. But no. So I think he really enjoyed. He went to the same high school as the high school where Stafford, Kershaw, and there's another.
Oh, down in Texas, yeah.
Schefter, yes. So they changed the gym, and they have all this paraphernalia, or whatever the word is, of the great players. And for some reason, they wanted to add something from a cheerleader, and they picked the golfer's mom, her cheerleader outfit, when she was a cheerleader how many years ago. And I said, he's the only person who can walk in there and say, that's the most important part of everything that's around here. So you have, if you ever go to their gym, you have those three great athletes and his mom's cheerleader outfit. So
I don't ever plan on going down to that gym, but if I do, I'll make sure to check
Isn't
that.
it Dallas?
No, probably I won't.
Dallas somewhere.
Yeah,
really?
Probably not.
Do they do the same at your high school? Do you have any of your jerseys or anything in the gym?
Yeah, my cheerleading outfit. I think my cheerleading outfit is.
Come on, don't punt on the question. We'd all like to know.
Why? You punt all the time. Don't tell me not to punt. You are the punter. Hold up. Wilde is the punter. Hold up, Homer. Jason, you can never tell me to not punt on something because you are the king coffin corner punter.
I'm the Ray guy of punting on questions, but this is about the high school that you attended, and you're an incredibly successful guy.
He doesn't have to say
telling
anything.
you, don't you dare ask me to punt. Or not.
I didn't. I told you not to punt. Get it right, you notary republic.
All right. I think
we gotta let you go.
I gotta leave with one final thought because I gotta run here. But I was with the Tauscher Genius Club today and honoring someone who's 94 years old. Not only that, in his last year, 7 great-grandchildren born. How about that?
That's pretty impressive.
In your 93rd year, 7 new great-grandchildren.
Good run for him or her. It's a good run.
Unbelievable. Bye.
Well, thank God he got that in there.
Bonnie Blair and Homer, that could be a show.
Well, they are, after John Anderson, we could. He's got all of his responsibilities at Mizzou, so we could certainly use him. If he's, we could use her to replace him if she's available. I didn't realize that she was such a chatty Cathy. I wasn't aware that was her brand.
Well, no, I just think
she's
it
very
was
accomplished.
The fact that they're both so, what's the word I'm looking for? Vibrant, expressive, a lot of thoughts. I think they both have a lot going on.
Opinionated?
And that was, That could be the word I was looking for. Yeah, opinionated. Yes.
Wow. I can't wait to go to Auburndale High School and see the trophy case, since apparently no one is going to talk about it on the show. What I am going to talk about instead is Potawatomi Casino Hotel. If you feel like you need an escape, all you got to do is go down to Milwaukee and do so at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The biggest hotel rooms in all of Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, do you have some options? Dream Dance Steakhouse, The Marketplace, Rockin' Brews, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, food and drink specials happening all the time. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, and a full night out all in one place. At Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Our delayed trivia is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Well, it's summertime, and for many of us, that means more activities, more vacations, more time with our kids, and more money being spent on all of those things. So I know, like me, you're looking to save a few bucks. Why not save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar? Our family made the switch to solar, and we love it. But at first, we weren't even sure where to start. That's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Beauty Rest mattresses and get a free foundation or $500 off King adjustable base sets, plus a $20 gas card when you test rest a Beauty Rest Black. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Former NFL executive Morocco Brown has been hired as the new general manager of the Wisconsin Badgers football team. Mark Tauscher weighed in on the why and the when of the hire when he joined Jim, Matt, and Molly this week on ESPN Madison.
Would you, in a perfect world, want alignment with your athletic director, chancellor, head coach, GM? Absolutely. I think this is just an incredibly unique situation. Everybody's trying to figure out how we can win this season and win in a big way, and I'm guessing that's how this all shook out.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
People travel the world to collect Hard Rock shirts, and Hard Rock Casino Rockford is going to give the people what they want. Get in on the action at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, where all new Unity card signups receive an official Hard Rock shirt, plus free play to kickstart a winning streak. Whether you're spinning the slots or playing the tables, you'll be dressed for success. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's Hard Rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
It's the summer of suspense for Giannis and the Bucks.
Sources tell me the Milwaukee Bucks are fully open for business on trades and offers around Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Follow along right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Wow, we're way behind. Time now for trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
By the way, I forgot that Drake London got a new deal this week from the Falcons. 4 years, yep. $141 million with $100 million guaranteed. By the way, we'll talk a little bit about
the guaranteed part of this. I totally understand. The Packers, they got a really good player at a really good price.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I don't know about a bigger bargain than the size of the sun, but we can talk about that a little bit later in the 11 o'clock hour. Let's play trivia. Let's welcome in our contestant. It's my least favorite contestant. It's Mike the Wedding DJ. Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I would like 1% of Christian Watson's signing bonus or 1% of Homer's annual salary, whichever is bigger, for making me wait to play trivia, please.
Wow.
I with all due respect, who the hell do you think you are?
Oh, boy.
Oh, snap.
Oh, boy. Wow.
I mean, saying I say moronic things, then making demands based on us making you wait because of breaking news? If you don't want to play, we can get another contestant, Mike. I'm going to leave that up to you.
Did you miss my joke in there? It was about Homer getting paid.
Mike, question one is this. Micah Parsons is the only... It's not awkward.
This whole thing's
awkward at all.
It is awkward. Go ahead.
Tensions have gone up around here lately.
Yes, they have.
Micah Parsons is the only player to wear jersey number 1 for the Green Bay Packers, except for that one guy. Who else wore number 1 for the Packers? Curly
I'm gonna
Lambeau.
Need the choices. Okay, go.
I think you two should get your own little podcast.
You should take him to lunch, Jason.
This. Yeah,
Hard
Jason's
pass.
going to take you to lunch tomorrow out at AmFam Champ.
Curly Lambeau, Bart Starr, or Tausch at his first training camp?
Star Wars 15, so it's Curly Lambeau.
Indeed it is. Question 2 is this. Which opposing quarterback was the first player Micah Parsons sacked last season as a member of the Green Bay Packers? Would you like the options?
Yes, to be safe. I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. The floor is mine. Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, or Jared Goff?
It was Jared Goff. He chased him down towards the right sideline.
Indeed he did.
Late in the game. The game was already in hand, but it was a big play to show.
You needed
what,
the choices,
what
Mike. You're not showing off to anybody here.
I don't know. He just gave pretty good recall on how he went and tackled him.
Question 3. Thank you again for so patiently waiting for us to get to trivia. Question 3
the more
is
Mike
this.
calls and annoys you, the more I like him. I'm not going to lie to you.
I don't
I've
doubt
become
that.
a bigger Mike the Wedding DJ fan than ever after this appearance today.
Thanks, Tausch.
You bet.
Yeah, thanks, Tausch. Question 3 is this. Micah Parsons' final game played at Penn State was a prominent bowl game against Memphis at the end of the 2019 college football season. Which bowl game was it? Would you like the options?
Yes, please.
Was it the Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl, or the Fiesta Bowl?
Well, I'm pretty sure he never played in the Rose Bowl, so I'm going to guess the Cotton Bowl.
When you're good, you're good.
Oh, sweet.
3
And
for
lucky.
3. Almost like it was worth the waits. You get 4
Almost.
entries into Friday's drawing. And I believe you will hear your name mentioned a little bit later in the program as well. Mike, thanks for playing, and thank you again for being so generous with your time and patiently waiting for us to get the trivia when Christian Watson got a big new contract.
You're welcome. Love you guys. Even you, Jason.
I love you guys.
That's cute. I don't think Jason loves Mike the Wedding DJ. I think
no
you're
way
super
you're saying
annoyed
that
by
back.
Mike the
I don't.
Wedding. You just don't like him. Just admit you don't like him.
I don't. I have met
Admit
Mike
you
the
don't
Wedding
like him.
DJ. I dislike his. I found that to be a little presumptuous. I know he was trying to make a joke.
No, you didn't like him. Just like we just talked about this. Be confrontational when you have to be. You don't like him.
My issue is that we didn't make him wait because we just wanted to talk more about notary publics. It was kind of big news. We value other people's time, even his. We also value the partnership that we have with Annex Wealth Management because they help us value our money better.
Yeah, if you're getting a big $31 million signing bonus, $110 million contract, if you got a bunch of cash you're coming into, you got IPOs, it's been the rage everybody's talking about. It is hard to keep up with all of that stuff. You need a team of experts, and Annex Wealth Management is that. If you're looking to learn how to plan and stay on your goal with everything that's going around you, give the people at Annex a call. When they plan, they start by talking with you about what's important, and we'll start building from there. They rigorously test the plan against hundreds of different scenarios, all sorts of possibilities to make sure what they're building with you can stand up. Nothing's going to make you 100% calm when the markets are outgoing, but the experts at Annex will help you with your financial planning. Give them a call or go to annexwealth.com and hit the Get Started button to get your financial journey started with the great team at Annex Wealth Management.
We are very late for the 11 o'clock hour. That will start in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Have you noticed all the roofing signs in your neighborhood due to the hail damage?
Most of those asphalt roofs have to be replaced.
Most metal roofs do not.
So if you're tired of yard signs and replacing shingles,
consider a Suita metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Hey, it's Kelly Sheffield, Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Live streaming of your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows. Easy access to ESPN Madison on YouTube and daily podcasts so you don't ever miss a second. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. Breaking news on ESPN Madison brought to you by the Metro family of auto dealerships on the east side of Madison. ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter reporting the Packers and wide receiver Christian Watson have agreed to a 4-year contract extension worth $100.5 million. Nice number. Watson extended for the next 4 years in Green Bay. Reactions continue on Wilde and Tausch and throughout the remainder of the day here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Also, plenty of conversation today regarding comments from Micah Parsons following yesterday's OTA practice in Green Bay. Parsons outlining the timeline for his potential return from a torn ACL. Might be a little later than some had hoped. Check out the latest from Rob Domofsky over at ESPN.com.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now.
I saw someone from Barstool Sports tweet "Holy overpay" on Christian Watson. All I've thought is, what a great deal for the Packers.
Me too. Yeah.
Is there anybody? I mean, the guy's name is Steve Chia, something Chia. I don't know. Yeah, Barstool guy, big following. Thank you. I follow Big Barcat.
Big Barcat.
The Big Barcat.
Is he a notary republic?
He might be. So Big Cat. That must be why it's in my algorithm, because I don't have this guy as in my following or whatever. And he says, "Holy overpay." Watson has one good rookie season. He gets all this money, and you're kind of like, who on earth is there any Packer fan that agrees with Steven China? Maybe.
I'm sorry,
I don't know anybody.
Who is this Steven?
I don't know how to pronounce it. Cheah? Is that Chia? Chia?
I'm not familiar with
Cheetah?
Steve's work. To your point, however, look, $31 million guaranteed. When Drake London got $100 million guaranteed. Now, look, Drake London has been more productive and stayed healthier. I get it. I am not saying that they are in the same class.
So why are you comparing them then?
But $100 million versus $31 million would indicate to me that you got your number one wide receiver for a hell of a lot less than what the Falcons are paying theirs. And
well,
go ahead.
Maybe this means Christian Watson's going to be the number 2 and Matthew Golden's going to be the 1. I don't believe that. But let's not just completely poo-poo the fact that Christian Watson has done. He obviously is a speed guy. He's an over-the-top guy. I think he's going to continue to try to get better.
Okay.
But I don't think if you're going to say Drake London is their number 1 guy out in Atlanta,
but wait a minute.
right?
Before you finish this thought, do you know what Drake London's numbers were last year?
I don't. I have no idea. No, I don't.
68 catches for 919 yards and 7 touchdowns.
That's
and
good.
he played a full season. Christian Watson played 10 games, and he caught 35 passes for 611 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Okay.
That is now again, we don't know what other guarantees there are currently in the contract. That is not out there yet. I would hope that there is more guaranteed money in the deal beyond just the signing bonus. But still, as of now, of what we know, there is a disparity of $69 million of guaranteed money. Essentially, Drake London got almost as much guaranteed in his 4-year extension as Christian Watson is getting in total. So regardless of whether you think Drake London is a hell of a lot better than Christian Watson or not, that whatever. I don't know enough about Drake London's play. What I do know is he only had 200 and some yards more, or 308 yards more of receiving yards, and only had 30 some more catches and one more touchdown in 7 more games. And that doesn't
how much has Drake London been hurt? Like this isn't a vacuum. Like this is there's variables that go into
and I
this.
understand that the reason why this is the deal that Christian Watson is getting is because of his track record.
That's
I understand
exactly right.
that. But what I'm pushing back on is the idea that this is some sort of a colossal overpay is ridiculous.
What pipe do I have? Well, I forgot not everybody's watching on YouTube.
Yeah.
Watson
Jesse,
has
you wanna
missed
read that
28% of his career games. Watson ain't special. Tell Tausch to put the pipe down. Well, I don't have a pipe. I got a foam helmet.
Do you have a smoking
with the
jacket?
G&G.
I always thought those smoking jackets.
I got the little elbow sleeves. Here's the deal. Christian Watson is going to be a Green Bay Packer for a while, and I think the Green Bay Packers and our fans are always so worried about what guys are making, and I get it. I love the intrigue of it.
Drake London missed 5 games last year, by the way.
There isn't going to be a Christian Watson. I mean, is there any chance anybody's going to be sitting here, unless Watson has big-time injury, which is part of why he's got the contract he's got? Is there anybody saying, boy, the Packers overpaid Christian Watson other than Steven Shahia? I don't know. Jesse, is Christian Watson overpaid?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It took a long time to get there.
Very well, Toa, thanks for your conviction on that. I'm glad you decided to chime in.
My thoughts on Christian Watson. I think he's great when he's on the field.
You think he's an average guy that he's totally replaceable.
He's great for 8 games.
He's Alan Lazard.
You know he's going to be great for 8 games, and if that's good enough to pay him $27 million a year, and then you hope to get a little more than that each season, go for it. And apparently they think that's good enough. I don't know.
Why are you a fuzzy wuzzy bear over there?
Blurry. He's a little blurry. Look, we all understand the economics.
Is this a 98%er? Is this a 98% if we say Christian Watson, overpaid, underpaid? It can be. I mean, is anybody gonna say he's overpaid? As Packer fans? No. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Christian Watson in 4 seasons has missed 20 games due to injury.
Okay.
Out of a possible 68.
Okay.
That's more than you would like him to have missed. Certainly.
I agree.
But I don't think
it's not Drake London has $70 million more guaranteed dollars than Watson. Is that stat you just put out? There is a correlation.
Drake London over the same period has missed 7 games.
This isn't hard to figure out.
Right. I am not saying that the Green Bay Packers should have paid here. This and Steven Shahia and I can agree on this. If the Packers had given Christian Watson Drake London's money, they would have wholly overpaid for him. I don't think this number is an overpay. I think this is a reasonable amount discount for a guy who's missed time and you have questions about his durability. That's all. That's where I stand.
Next year, we're doing this show the same time. Jesse, write this down. If we're so blessed to be doing 11 years, this contract, the Green Bay Packer fans, you are going to be bummed that this contract extension happened or super excited? it's going to be super excited. Unless he misses a ton of games because he's hurt. There is no other. If he is out there playing, you're going to say, great job. Russ Ball did it again, is what you're going to say.
Yep. But again, he and Reed both have to stay healthy. And you know what? It might start with a better night's sleep on a new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhafels. Right now, when you upgrade to a King adjustable base set, you'll get a free foundation and or 500 instant savings. You either get the free foundation or 500 instant savings, whichever you prefer. Plus, with Steinhafels 60-month financing, Queen Beauty Rest mattresses start at just $32 a month. And here's a bonus. Stop in and test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress and receive a $20 gas card. Who doesn't need that right about now? Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Steinhafels, Wisconsin's mattress leader. Relax. It's Steinhafels. Relax. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead.
Breaking news. The Packers agreed to an extension with Christian Watson. Continue reacting right here on 100.5 ESPN, your home for green and gold coverage. Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia and Metro Ford of Madison.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with pizza. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
This is our crew.
It's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Every pitch, every strike, every hit.
To high drive! Deep right! Fair and gone!
Hear the call of every Milwaukee Brewers game this season on 100.5 ESPN.
Fly ball center field. Grisham back. It is gone!
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers. 100.5 ESPN.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well. Earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year Award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 608-220-0005 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health.
They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Continuing our reaction to the holy overpay, according to some, Christian Watson contract agreement. 4 years, $110 million. Dr. J on Twitter. Is Watson's guaranteed money more than his signing bonus? I would think somewhat more. If this is the only guaranteed money in the deal, period.
Well,
Finn,
this year's salary will be guaranteed too, whatever that
right,
is.
but again, there's also the question of, so he's got this adds on to the existing deal he had for this year, so he's actually under contract for 5 years, right? And then that kind of lowers the average again. So we don't know the details yet, Dr. J, and I love Julius Erving. But it's a good deal for the Packers if he stays healthy. Obviously, if he has a bunch of injury problems, whether it's him or Teddy Higuera for the Brewers many years ago, players get paid and then they get injured. That's a bad recipe. Jesse, what do we have on the Carbless Talking text line as far as reaction?
Yeah, this one from Mike in Madison, not Mike the wedding DJ, as far as I know. Watson isn't overpaid, so let's see what happens now that he is definitely the number one wide receiver. To me, based on what I'm seeing on the text line and the YouTube comments, it seems like Packers fans who know what Christian Watson has meant when he's been on the field think that this is a deal for the Packers.
No-brainer.
And those who are not Packers fans, who are viewing this from the outside, are like, wow, that's a lot of money for a guy that's only playing half a season. That seems to be the difference between those who think he's overpaid and those who think he's actually on a bargain deal.
That's a really good synopsis, Jesse, and I think that's probably accurate. I think you look at how many games he's missed and just straight up his stats, and you're probably looking at it saying, well, that's a lot of money for him. But then you see the potential in what he's meant to this team when he's healthy and what he can do for this offense. And you're thinking, if he's as good as he is when he's healthy, oh, baby. Mm-hmm. But that's why both sides, I think, should feel, as we sit here today, I think both sides feel really good. If Christian Watson's is good and can stay healthy as his potential, he left some money out there, but the Packers, on the flip side of it, if he gets hurt and he doesn't play hardly at all, the Packers will say, well, we gave him more. It's a lot of money for somebody that hadn't done it. So that's typically the sign that, it's a good deal on both sides of it.
Again, if Christian Watson stays healthy, which is the caveat that will come with this every single time we talk about it until we're on the other side of the 2026 season and we have seen how healthy he has stayed and how productive he has been, you are paying low number one, high number two money for your number one receiver. And if Matthew Golden becomes a 100-catch guy, which we don't have evidence that he's capable of that. We've got some very positive reviews of him so far in the offseason program, but we have a guy that also admitted that he wasn't playing fast last year, was not a crisp route runner. He's got some growing to do before he becomes a guy that we're putting him in the Jordy, Greg Jennings, Devontae Adams, Donald Driver category of a true number one.
He's not there yet.
He's not anywhere close to that today.
Nope.
But again, I think the bottom line, if we're being honest in our assessment, given what we know Christian Watson is capable of when healthy, this looks like a pretty good deal for the Packers.
Jason Wilde, you've covered this team for 31 years. Give me the Christian Watson comp of another wideout that you've covered over those 31 years?
I've been told Alan Lazard, but I don't think that was an accurate comp when that person
No,
made
that could be your comp if you want. I think you're crazy if that's who you think.
Here's the problem with comping him, and I'm not punting on the question like you punted on the question.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it's 4th and 10 and you're bringing the punter out.
It sounds like you better hope this is a fake punt.
He's not.
You want to say Corey Bradford. I know you do.
No, I definitely don't. MVS.
Okay.
He's really not like anybody else. Like Jordy Nelson, who tore his ACL and missed all of the 2015 season, was pretty damn durable and had more evidence of what he was capable of. Although when he signed his 2011 extension, he really wasn't, right? We didn't really have as much evidence. I would say the closest comp that I can give you is Jordy Nelson, but I feel like
that's a hell of a comp.
But I would say there was something much more clip-worthy earlier today. That was definitely not it.
That would be clip of the day if we'd have time, if we didn't run the clock out like we're doing. That would be clip of the day.
Who said we're running the clock out? I'm not running the clock out.
We got a big announcement coming up. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that would be different. I'm not. You make it sound like I'm running the clock out to avoid answering the question. Our big unveiling.
You just said Jordy Nelson and Christian Watson are the same player. That's what I just
That's
heard.
exactly what I said. Big unveiling. Our Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions bracket reveal. Which bubble team will be left out? I know who I'd like to see get left out. We'll find out together next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by Silver Ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
We ask and you answer. Tune in to Jim, Matt, and Molly every weekday 4 to 6 and follow at Jim, Matt, Molly on X to vote in daily poll questions presented by Siding Unlimited. Trust Siding Unlimited with your next window and door project.
Have you noticed all the roofing signs in your neighborhood due to the hail damage?
Most of those asphalt roofs have to be replaced.
Most metal roofs do not.
So if you're tired of yard signs and replacing shingles,
consider a Sweda metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweda. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweda metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweda Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Bikers need protection,
Not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Rays Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at rays.grbacademy.com. That's rays.grbacademy.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offer the Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It's the moment we've been waiting for. Time now to unveil, in celebration of our 10th anniversary, the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions bracket presented by Events by Design.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary presented by Steinhoffels. Nostalgia?
It's the best sports show in the state. It has been since 2016. It will continue to be. It's not even remotely close.
Appreciation.
I'm happy that with our partners and with our fans, we're able to kind of celebrate this.
Fun.
It's clear that you guys have done an unbelievable job of appealing to fans, partners, not as much teammates.
And competition.
The greatest of all time.
16 champions enter, but only one will achieve true greatness. This is the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions, brought to you by Events by Design. For over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Search online Events by Design. We design, you party.
Yes, it is, gentlemen. The moment we've been waiting for, the Wilde and Tausch Trivia Tournament of Champions, is actually happening as part of our 10th anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels. Thanks to Events by Design, a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch's Trivia Tournament of Champions.
You know how they have, on Selection Sunday, and all the teams are waiting to see if they make the field of 68? Or whatever it is now, 76, or whatever they expanded it to. I am just hoping that somewhere in his little DJ booth, Mike, the wedding DJ, is waiting to see his name revealed. And I know he's going to get in, but I hope he's the 16th name, just to keep him waiting.
We appreciate all of our contestants and all of our fans who have been part of trivia over all these years. It was difficult to narrow this down to 16.
Gonna be some snubs.
Of course,
can't
there will
wait
be.
to hear who the snubs are.
But here we go. Without further ado, we begin. We have 4 regions, just like the NCAA tournament has East, West, and all that. We have 4 regions that will be unveiling.
Potato corridor.
Well, hang on.
Oh,
we
geez.
begin.
Help himself.
We begin in the Old Reliables region. The Old Reliables region. Coach Aaron Mack in DeForest against Jerry in the Prairie.
Ooh. Wow, that's a tough matchup for Coach.
And
Jerry in the Prairie has been here from the jump. I mean, wow, that's a tough draw for Coach Mack.
And Jim on the south side and Brian in Williams Bay. That's your Old Reliables region.
That's going to be a good battle. Yep. That's just a couple old war horses going at it right there.
We move on to the Live, Laugh, Love region.
Can we analyze this, or do we got to go?
We do not have time for the analysis. You can analyze
Jerry
it as
and
we
the
get into
Prairie
it next
heavy
week.
favorite to come out of this bracket.
Okay.
Go ahead.
In the Live, Laugh, Love region, Tyler in Illinois from the Bus family, whose wedding Tausch was invited to.
Saw the buses.
Sparky in Sussex, the Yule log burning bright in the Live, Laugh, Love region. Then comedian Tucker in Wausau against Jeff in Monroe, whose wedding Jason was invited to.
Just heavy favorites for Jeff.
Just glad that Mike the Wedding DJ is not in the Live, Laugh, Love region. Next
up, the Hard at Work region. Mike the Wedding DJ, there he is in the field of 16 against Chef Ed in a compelling first-round matchup.
Go, Chef Ed!
Mailman Matt and Tex in a work truck round out the Hard at Work region. Vocationally inclined here in this region. And then lastly, in the same name region, Matt Coonan takes on Matt in West Bend. And in what I think is the most compelling first-round matchup, Murderer's Row, if you will, Dan in Cambria and Dan in Brothertown rounds out the field of 16. Here it is in full, presented by Events by Design.
All right. Jesse, I know I need to tell you about Events by Design, but you did a great job on this. And the way
awesome.
you chose regions and named them, everything being set up, what a great selection committee you make. And what a great group and partner Events by Design is. And if you're planning a high-level event, or if you're planning our anniversary, either way, and you can feel overwhelmed by that, not by me because I didn't do much of any planning, it doesn't have to be that way, because for over 25 years, Events by Design has helped organizations like us create seamless, unforgettable events that leave a lasting impression. Their team has been part of incredible experiences across Southeast Wisconsin, including helping us out with our big 10th anniversary celebration in Green Bay later this summer. What sets Events by Design apart is simple. They bring fresh ideas, careful planning, and expert execution to every event they touch. So whether you're building culture with an appreciation party, hosting a brand activation, planning your next gala, or pulling off a major industry event, Events by Design can help minimize your stress. Start designing your next event today. Search online, Events by Design. Events by Design. We design, you party. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Packers are extending Christian Watson.
He is going to be the guy. In a couple of years, this deal, if he is playing the way it is, it's going to look genius.
Keep reacting right here on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today. With this Badger Minute, I'm Jesse Nelson. Former NFL executive Morocco Brown has been hired as the new general manager of the Wisconsin Badgers football team. Mark Tauscher weighed in on the why and the when of the hire when he joined Jim, Matt, and Molly this week on ESPN Madison.
Would you, in a perfect world, want alignment with your athletic director, chancellor, head coach, GM? Absolutely. I think this is just an incredibly unique situation. Everybody's trying to figure out how we can win this season and win in a big way, and I'm guessing that's how this all shook out.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Zimbrick Honda has been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road and check out their full lineup of vehicles and find the one that's right for you, or browse the vehicle selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Breaking news. The Packers agreed to an extension with Christian Watson. Continue reacting right here on 100.5 ESPN, your home for green and gold coverage. Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia and Metro Ford of Madison.
Congratulations to Christian Watson. Tausch, make sure you read all about it at channel3000.com. We got to go. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show